Hey Mycroft, are we like Carvanista and Dan? Are we species bonded? That's fine. I get it. Chris Chibnall's it's like all of the expanded media is kind of a buffet, and he is just helping himself to a bit of everything. I don't know what's going to be left to adapt. The Christina de Susan box sets? So you may remember last time I said I had a bit of apprehension towards this one. My guess was pretty correct. This is a story definitely in the same mold as The Timeless Children. But I also expected there to be an improvement on the form, if nothing else. Kind of like how last episode was almost a better version of something like Resolution. This is definitely an improvement on the Series 12 finale. For those of you who don't already know my opinion on the matter, The Timeless Child is like John Barrowman's penis. Even if some people were okay with it, it generally would have been better for everyone if it had never been shown. So instead of just giving us a PowerPoint presentation for about an hour, Chris has decided to actually turn these revelations into a story. He's got this dreamscape, time breakage kind of thing where that props our characters in bizarre scenarios and situations and leads them to go, wait, what's going on? What's going on? For on and on. It's very similar to something like Zagreus or The Next Life from the Eighth Doctor audios. It could be a good format for fleshing out characters, and so we spend a lot of time dwelling in the backgrounds of some of these guys, kind of like Can You Hear Me? We see more of Dan and his girlfriend, learn a bit about his romantic history. Didn't add a whole lot, but was fine. We see Yaz back in her uniform. We see her with her sister. Oh, Vinder. He got some absolutely vital characterization this episode. I'm now looking forward to seeing more of him. And I liked how the girl that we kept cutting back to, who was fighting Cybermen and sort of dealing with the aftermath of the Flux, she's his wife. I thought she was going to be something tied to Doctor, because everything these days is tied to the Doctor, but no, it's to Vinder. I liked it. It was refreshing. And if this wasn't bad enough, the BBC are now putting out further propaganda in the form of these games that the cast must carry out. Oh, and a game where you have to work out what's in the mystery box, putting your cast through what you've put your audience through, Chris. Yeah, I see what you're doing there, JJ Chibnall. That said, I'm not really sure how much more we learned, given that we've just spent a whole episode on this. So we know that the Fugitive Doctor is the one who fought Swarm and Azure back in the day. It was nice to see Jo Martin again. It does confirm sort of where her Doctor is on the timeline, so Series 6B, go cry in a corner. We get an explanation for how Carvanista fits into it. That was well done. As soon as they said dog, I knew who he was. I suppose one of the others is going to be Joe's companion from Fugitive of the Jadoon. I'm kind of hoping one of them turns out to be an early version of the Master. I don't know why. I can't justify that at all. We get the inklings of motivation for Swarm and Azure, the servants of time. They kind of seem to want to unleash it. That there's talk of a war of between space and time, and we learn that the working for this woman we're introduced to right at the end. If she's going to be the final villain, I do like the look of her. She's very matter-of-fact about things. There's not really much malice. She's just, well, of course, the universe is going to end. Everything does. I won't even try to guess what she's going to turn out to be, though. Not only is it a rip-off of Squid Game, the excellent documentary about why capitalism is good, But they're clearly trying to push an agenda here by showing that somehow women are better at sports than men, despite biology and the evidence for this. Simple. Mandip keeps winning. So I guess whether you like it yourself is really going to depend on how much you're into The Timeless Child, but even then, despite all the exposition that this episode had, and there was a lot of it, I still feel like we got more questions than answers. It's not as bad as Timeless Children because it's not a finale. I know there's more to come. I guess I'm just kind of in the middle on this one. Behold, the fate of all white men. 3 episodes in. Already the gimmick is wearing thin. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Samuel Davis for making this intro. If you'd like to subscribe, leave a like, share, continue tolerating, that would be greatly appreciated. Have a nice evening.